All right, and before we get demonetized, I love you, YouTube. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another Let's Chat. I want to talk about some things. Hope you're all having a great day. Let me get the chat open so I can see your beautiful faces. I always have to reload because once it starts streaming, it's like then the chat opens. So I got to click it all over. That's why it always takes me a little second or two to get in here. CMAC, what's up? All right. We're good. We're good. This should tweet out, but it might not. It might not. YouTube is kind of going crazy. They don't want to notify people. So let me tweet this out. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. What is it? Wednesday? Hump day? We're almost to the end of the week, you guys. We're almost there. Now, how do I... Okay, this is going to be weird because it's not going to tweet out my stream, I don't think. So I'm going to have to go in to the stream, share it, unless you guys can maybe do it for me, and then I could just retweet it, but I don't want to make you do anything. YouTube's really out here trying to make things more difficult. It's like, you know what? We're just not going to stream, or we're not going to tweet out your streams anymore, Erica. You got to do the work now. Okay, I got it. I'm going to share it. We've been live for 96 seconds. That's very valuable information. All right, let's put that. Okay, we're good now. What's going on, chat? I hope you guys are all having an awesome day. Like I said, we're going to talk about Sekiro. I want to talk about this game a little bit. There's a lot of new details coming out thanks to Game Informer, which is covering the game. Like, it's on their cover and everything for their magazine. They're really diving deep into like the development process and what is really going to stand out on this game. And I'm just very happy that it's getting some attention. So yeah, who's all in here? Ryan, what's up? Righteous, what's good? T-Mac, Spida, MGM, hey, MGM, what's up? I'm eagerly awaiting your package. Pause, but yes, the mic. It should be coming by Friday, I think. I've been watching, I've been tracking it. I'm excited for that mic. I can't wait. Thank you again. I don't know if you heard my last Let's Chat. I talked about you know, sending me the mic and everything, and I'm very, very thankful. So again, shout out to you. Thank you again. By Friday, yeah. I think it's coming from New York or something. Way over there. So it's going to take a little while, but it'll get here. It'll get here. Righteous, what's up? I heard Sekiro is supposed to be harder than Demon Souls and Bloodborne combined. I heard of Dark Souls, but I guess you can kind of group those together. But yeah, harder than Dark Souls and Bloodborne. We're going to talk about that. Thank you for reminding me. That we'll add that to the conversation. But yeah, I think ultimately that's pretty subjective. Like, some people think Bloodborne's easy. Some people think Dark Souls is easy. Some people think both are extremely hard. So it just depends on you and what you're kind of used to. And who knows, maybe Sekiro is harder. Maybe it's easier. We're not really going to know until we get our hands on it. It only kind of makes me more excited, though, to hear that. I like hearing stuff is harder. That way I go into it with that expectation. And then when it is easier, I'm like, hey, I got this. I think it's like a mind thing. Like, if I go into it knowing other people think it's hard, I'll come in there and get it. It's like easier for me. Does that make sense? That happens with bosses too. Like, I remember during Bloodborne and even like Dark Souls 3 and a couple other games like Soulsborne games, people would be like, oh, this boss is so hard. I've been stuck on it for like 5 hours, or they'll say something like that. And then it kind of eases me into it. Like, I'll get into the boss fight and I actually do better. It's weird. It's kind of like a mind thing. Because if people are telling me this boss is super easy, and then I get to the boss and I start dying, I start feeling like crap. Like, why is everyone beating this so quick? I'm having trouble. And it's like a mind game. So I prefer people saying it's way harder because then it helps me. I'm like that. It's weird. What's up, Doom? No problem. Couldn't send it to a cooler person. Oh, thank you, MJ. Seriously, seriously. I'm speechless when I think about it, but thank you again. The news have me excited too. You probably can't cheese much. Yeah, I'm looking at all this information. Like, I'm probably going to share the screen. Let me show you guys some stuff. Let me show you what I'm looking at right now. Screen share. All right. So you should be able to see the screen, right? We good? All right. So I've been looking at this right here, the details on the combat. I want to play the video, but I don't know if YouTube's going to give me a strike or something, so I don't want to even risk it. But if you guys haven't seen this video, check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on the Game Informer site. It's about the details on creating the combat. Basically, it starts off by saying that, you know, with Dark Souls, we pretty much would use like the shield, and then we would block and wrap around enemies and hit them from the back, right? That was kind of like one of the tactics to use. With Bloodborne, it was more about like the dodging, being aggressive. I forget how they worded it. It might be right here, possibly. I think it just says in your muscle memory. So pretty much, you're gonna have to forget all that. We kind of knew this already. I've known this for months, but we have to forget the tactics and the combat, the muscle memory that we've been using for Dark Souls and Bloodborne, because that's not really going to work in Sekiro. Sekiro is more about the katanas, they said, and like them clinging against each other. And that's the wrong word. Clinking? I don't even know the right word. But using it to block and using it to wear down the opponent. And it's like, it's going to be a trip. I'm hoping that all my blocking that I would do in Dark Souls comes in handy, because I would really rely on blocking. That was like my thing. With Bloodborne, of course, not so much, if at all. But I think my tricks from Dark Souls might help me a little bit. But I honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the first thing I'm going to do in this game is try and dodge, and I'm going to get tore up. That's what's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. I think a lot of us, that's going to happen. We're going to go into this thing with the muscle memory of like Bloodborne, and we're going to try and dodge. Watch. That's going to happen. I'm calling it for myself, because I am going to stream a lot of this game, and I'm probably going to stream the first time I play it. So I'm calling it right now. That's going to happen. No matter how much I try not to, I bet you that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, the combat is just going to be very, very different. Let me move the chat over here. That way I can see you guys. Let's see. What's up, Black Ace? Let me pop this out. But yeah, I'm loving all this coverage about this game. Like, it deserves it. I think when it comes to this year, this is going to be a game that really stands out, of course, for myself. But honestly, with all this coverage and like the talk and all the word of mouth, I feel like this game could be really huge for people who are new to From Software as well. I feel like a lot of people who don't like Soulsborne, they might give this game a chance. And so it's going to reach, I think, more people. Plus, it's multi-plat, so there's that. So yeah, this could really be a game that is like one that we're all really talking about, and I'm excited. They also mentioned that it's not a Tenchu's spiritual successor. They asked him that specifically. They're like, is this a spiritual successor? And they said no. Miyazaki said no and told him not to do that. This is a new IP. And even though there's like, you can kind of see inspiration, or you can piece things together in your mind, especially if you've played Tenchu, but it's not supposed to be. So that's interesting. I was kind of thinking it was going to be somewhat tied to it or something, but it's not. So there's that. Game Informer, good so far. Yeah, they're doing a good job. There's a lot of videos. There's this other one too right here. I don't know if this is a boss, but I've seen a little bit of this gameplay. This fight looks really cool. Like, It's probably gonna be difficult too, especially the human bosses. If this is a boss, it might get real. Like, this might be a really challenging. Here it is, here it is. So if you don't want any, like, spoilers, it's too late for me, but I probably should have warned you guys first. Maybe this is like a mini boss or something. But yeah, you can see clearly, like, man, this is probably gonna be tough. This is probably gonna be tough, especially when you can't dodge, really. I mean, there's other ways you can, like, you can jump, you can use your weapon to, like, kind of extend on top of them, and I think you can perform somewhat of, like, a finishing move. But man, it seems like it's gonna be really, really, like, you have to have the right timing. Oh, it does say boss. Not every boss will let you use every kind of approach. However, there are boss fights that are through design, didn't fit the staple. Wait, what? If we made every boss one where you were able to use a grappling hook to zip everywhere, it would just get monotonous and boring. Yeah, so it seems like it's going to just depend on the boss. You're going to have to switch up your tactics. It's going to be interesting. Like, you guys know, I'm really into boss fights, and yeah, this is like serious spoilers maybe. So yeah, sorry about that. I haven't even seen this yet. Hold up. But yeah, new combat options means bosses are a little different. We pretty much have to learn different approaches. We're gonna have to forget everything we've done with Dark Souls, with Bloodborne. We're gonna have to forget all of that. It's gonna be a trip. I'm excited though. What's up, Gregory? Dave, what's going on? Ricky? Kratos? Kratos, you like games again or nah? No, I guess not. He says, I don't know why you like trash games. Kratos, I don't know why you're here. I'm gonna be real with you, Kratos. I don't know why you're here. Crazy guy. But yeah, I'm excited for this game. Grapple arm usage. Yeah, human boss is gonna be lit, but they flipped it. Started as one. It's gonna be a trip. It's gonna be a trip. Ricky says, I want all the smoke. Facts. Me too. Chief, what's up? Did you beat Sigrun on God of War? Which one is Sigrun? Are you talking about one of the what are they called? Valkyries? You talking about one of those? I only beat like 4 of them. I didn't beat all of them. I think according to some people, I didn't even beat the game, right? If you don't if you don't beat the Valkyries, you don't beat the game, Erica. No, I only beat like 4 of them. Is that the queen? Yeah, I didn't beat the queen. I'm telling you guys, God of War, I loved that game. That was my game of the year. But damn, I put a lot of time into that game. After a while with certain games, no matter how much I love them, it's like I have to take a break. I get really like, I just get tired. I get tired of them. It happened with Breath of the Wild. It happened with Hollow Knight, which is what I just beat a few days ago, and God of War. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter how much I love the game or not. The only games I probably didn't get tired of was like Bloodborne. What else? I'm trying to think. Because even Dark Souls 3, after a while, I was like, all right, I think I had enough. I got to move on because I don't want to start to hate the game. You know what I mean? After a while. I didn't unmod you. How? I feel like I'm missing a lot of mods. I didn't unmod you though, Unforgiven, so I don't know what's up. I don't even remember how to even get to the mods and like how to unmod and all of that. I don't even know. I'll look into it though. Were you modded here? I don't even know. You should be talking about Crackdown 3 or The Surge. Oh man, we ain't going into that. But let me see if I can find something else that I wanted to talk about. Was there something I'm missing? Oh, someone mentioned about, yeah, just this game being harder than Bloodborne and Dark Souls. I kind of touched on that. Like, it is definitely subjective. It's the same thing with Neo. I tweeted about this the other day because I still to this day keep getting complaints on one of my videos where I'm talking about Neo and if it's harder than Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Because someone at the time, I think somebody tweeted me or just requested through YouTube that I talk about it and give them an answer, but at the time I couldn't give an answer because I was just starting Neo. I think I may have beaten it. I don't remember, but I was deep into Neo and I already had played Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 and all of that. So I was just discussing my thought process and like how it's subjective, how I think it depends on the first game you play. Because for me, it was Bloodborne. And Bloodborne was difficult at the time. Like I felt like it was hard. The bosses were hard, but that was my first Soulsborne experience. So if I had started with, say, Dark Souls 1 or Neo first, I might think those games are harder. So to me, that's a factor. So I explain that in the video. I say how they're difficult in different ways. And to this day, people still complain on that video. How come you don't just give a yes or no? I wasted 10 minutes of my life on this video, blah, blah, blah. All the time I get comments like that, even though the video has way more likes than dislikes, you know? It's more of like a discussion piece. So I don't know. People on YouTube, I think they just want an answer and then they want to move on. They don't like to discuss things. They don't like to think outside the box or anything. It's like YouTube can be frustrating sometimes, I say. But that whole thing brings up the discussion with Sekiro. Like, is this going to be one of those games where it's like some people think it's hard, some people think it's not? So I think it is. I think it really is. It's going to be subjective. And if you're somebody who has never played difficult games really, or you haven't really touched Soulsborne, maybe you're better off, because us coming in with the muscle memory, we might get our butts handed to us at first. If you're coming in with a clear mind, you have no history with Soulsborne, you might pick up the new moves and all of that quicker. The rest of us, we're going to be trying to forget the old moves, you know? Who knows? Maybe it'll be easier for you. And then it could reverse. Maybe it's easier for us because we already understand the whole thing about dying and learning from our deaths. And maybe we're more patient. Maybe we just understand it better and we have more resilience, I guess is like the best word. I don't know. Let's go home. Kratos is here. You know, Kratos, he's a supporter of mine, but he can be a buzzkill. You can be a buzzkill, Kratos. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it right now. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Time to sleep. Kratos is here. Unforgiven, let me go ahead and make you a mod. I don't know why you're not a mod. Honestly, I wouldn't lie about changing mods and all that. I really don't know why it's like that. But you're a mod again. This man Kratos, did you ever answer why you're here? Hold on, let me scroll up. What did he say? Did you give me an answer, Kratos? You said From Software needs to die. They only make easy. This man said easy. He said they make easy trash games. I'm gonna need some receipts, Kratos. I'm gonna need some receipts from you. You got some live streams or what? What you got? I'm gonna stop the screen share so I can move this chat back over here like this, and I could talk to you guys more comfortably. Night, what's up? Matsalot, you probably not a mod because you always asking for Kenny. I'm gonna tell Kenny to start streaming just for you. This man always wants to talk to Kenny. He don't want to talk to me. He wants to talk to Kenny all the time. It's crazy. Kratos definitely is a troll, though. That's why I tell you guys, don't worry about it. He's a buzzkill, but he's definitely a troll. He wants to see us react. That's pretty much. That's why I keep him around, because it is kind of funny, Dave. It really is. Are you getting Anthem? I'm not sure. If I had to tell you yes or no now, I'd probably say yes. It might happen. I do think it would be a good game to stream. But if I have no one to play with, that could change my mind. This isn't a game I'm probably going to play on my own and not stream. It's definitely a streaming game. So I'm waiting. I want to see those reviews. I want to see what it's looking like. I haven't got into an alpha or anything, so I don't know. Dark Souls 1 was my first Souls game, and I still think Bloodborne is the best one by far, Igor says. Which one do you think is harder, though? Because that's like a different thing. You know, you can think one's better, but I don't know. For me personally, I feel like that plays a factor, like the first one you play, because it teaches you everything you have to have to do, like the patience factor, the, you know, learning from your deaths, dying over and over and over. For some people, they're not about that life. So I'm wondering if that will get more attention to Sekiro, if they're going to be like, oh, this isn't Soulsborne. I can do this. And then they're going to play it. And then they're going to be dying like crazy. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait, you guys. I can't wait till we're all playing this game and I get to see other people fight the bosses. I get to watch streams. I get to stream for myself as well. It's going to be awesome. I love when we're all struggling on these bosses. That's like the best thing about YouTube and everything, Twitch and all that. Division 2 gang, oh no. Might have to start Unforgiven. You're the new mod. Earn it. I'm kidding. Been looking up on stop motion stuff. Hey, Chief, do it. I know you've been wanting to do that for a minute. Let me know if you ever do, and I'll check it out for sure. Jalen, we not doing this today. We are not doing this. Is there anything else we could talk about with Sekiro? You guys hear anything else? Any interesting tidbits about it? Let me know before I move on to the next topic. But I mostly wanted to talk about this game because I'm hyped. I'm so hyped for this game. And it seems like, I mean, with all this coverage and what I'm seeing, I mean, it's a done deal. This game is not getting delayed or nothing. So it seems like it's really coming out in March. I have the special edition pre-ordered. So I'll be getting like the little statue and all that. I'll probably do an unboxing for that game. My only thing I'm worried about is that it's probably not going to be delivered on day one. So I'm thinking Kenny, he'll probably get it digital. So I'll still be able to play it. And then I'll get the physical version like a couple days later. That's probably what's going to happen. When you stream, can you do face cam? I'll probably do some face cam. Probably. Probably not all of it, but maybe some of it. We'll see. What's up, D's? Gregory, I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Super Spyro says Neo is different though. You can always have key though if you know how to play. Yeah, the whole key pulse thing. Neo is very different. That's the thing. Like I explained that in that video. I've always said that. Like Neo is very different. As much as it's similar, it has a lot of different things going on. It's very complex when it comes to the combat, at least compared to like Bloodborne and well, for me, even Dark Souls, because Dark Souls. Literally, if you guys watch me play Dark Souls, like especially Dark Souls 3, because I have a lot of footage for that game. Yeah, and Dark Souls 2, I have all the bosses and all that. If you watch me play, I'm very boring with Dark Souls. I block, I roll, and I hit. That's it. I ain't doing no magic. I ain't doing nothing fancy. I just rely on my shield and I get it done. And I wrap around their legs, I wrap around their body, especially, you know, with the bosses. That's how I play. So when it came to Neo, it was way more complex. I was doing way more different things. But you know, you got to pick one for these people on YouTube or else they have a fit. Tell me which is harder. It's like, well, find out for yourself, fool. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, block and roll, pretty much. Block, roll, hit, just like Twitter. Hey, Daniel, you smart. Yeah, but that's pretty much how I play it. So I'm wondering, how badly am I going to get owned in Sekiro? For real, for real. Like, I think I'm going to get owned a lot at first. I can tell. I can tell. So we're going to have to relearn things, or not relearn, learn new things and phase out what we already know. That seems like what we're going to have to do. And the muscle memory could hurt us. I think that's what's going to give us trouble is our muscle memory. We're going to want to dodge and roll. And you know what I mean? We're going to try and get the invisible frames and it ain't happening. It's not happening. I feel like we're going to have to really forget what we know. But we'll see. We'll find out. You guys will see from my end how much I'm going to be dying and all of that. You'll definitely see it. Block and roll, huh? Good name for a band. What's up, Mukhtar? Hope I said that right. How's everyone doing? How are you guys doing? What's new with you guys? What else we got on the menu? What did I put in the title? I think I put, the DS4. We're gonna talk about the DS4 a little bit. Controller talk, that's not too boring, right? I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. A little bit. What else did I put? What else is in my title? I don't even remember. Oh, okay. What games are coming this year? All right. I got it. Got it. It looks like From Software's best game yet. I hope. Shoot. If that's true, man. Game of the generation. Excited. Game of the generation. I'm calling it right now. If that's true. You doing good, Dave? Yeah. We both doing fantastic. You already know. Don't forget, not playing the Resident Evil 2 demo. You right. Shoot. So yeah, PC gamers, do you guys agree with the DS4 being the best controller for PC? What do you guys think? I actually do agree. But, I mean, you got to take into account, I don't game on PC a whole lot compared to most. I just finished, Hollow Knight. I played Vanquish on there. What else have I played Cuphead on PC. I used a DS4, right? Wait, actually, no. I take that back for Cuphead. The DS4 had issues with Cuphead. I remember. I think the Y button, which is triangle, something was up with that or something. I can't remember. Actually, no. What the hell? I think it wasn't recognizing it. Something was up with it. I remember I had to use the Xbox One controller and it worked. My problem with the Xbox One controller is it's too damn loud. The bumper buttons are too loud. And so when I stream, you hear so much buttons. Like it's way too loud. So it feels kind of plasticky. It feels rough. And with the DS4, it's quieter. It feels smoother, if that makes sense. It's also looser. I was telling Ryan on Twitter that the 360 controllers are super stiff for me now. Back when I was on Xbox 360, it was awesome. I didn't even think of it. But now when I pick up my 360 controller, it feels super stiff. The analogs, the buttons, but they're not loud like the Xbox One. Xbox One, I don't know what it is about that controller, but it's just loud. If you guys ever watch me play Gears, you're probably hearing buttons like crazy. It really is loud. So yeah, I use the DS4 mostly. If the game takes DS4, I'm using it pretty much. Yeah, I use DS4 for Breath of the Wild. No, I'm talking about the controller. Mukhtar, not Dark Souls 4. Dark Souls 4, shoot. Imagine that comes out of nowhere. They're pretty much done with Dark Souls. At least that's what they said. But you never know. Maybe do like a spin-off or something. Controller talk really pushes people's buttons. Look at Daniel with the puns. Sekiro combat seems next level. Yeah, seriously, it looks complex. It really does. There's definitely going to be stuff to learn, that's for sure. Based or biased says depends on the game. DS4 is best for 2D games. I agree, super, because I do play platformers and stuff. Like when I played The Messenger, the DS4 just made sense. And then I played what else? I wanted to play Cuphead with it, but it didn't work, like I said. So that kind of sucked. How many legit Game of the Year contenders are going to release in Q1? Like it could be at least 4. Shoot, you never know. I mean, if your guys' Kingdom Hearts is really good, If Anthem is really good, and Resident Evil 2 is looking like people really want that game. It's like amazing to them based on the demo. So yeah, you're right. It could be 4. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you have the OG controller? From Xbox? No. Or which one are you talking about? 360 or what? PS4 controller over Xbox One controller, even 7th level. Noticed it years ago. Dark Star says. Dark Souls. That's all on my mind right now. You guys got to bear with me. I might call you Bloodborne if your name has blood in it. So just bear with me right now. DS4 needs a bigger battery. Yeah, I noticed that. This whole PC thing, right? Let me say this real quick. They say the DS4 it gets people like it more or whatever. I see people out here making fun of the battery life and I'm thinking, are you guys playing with it not plugged in? Am I the only one playing with a plugged in controller out here? Like what's going on right now? It's like if they don't agree with it, they right away make fun of the battery. It's like we ain't talking about PS4 right now. We're talking about PC. I always plug in my controllers, so I don't know if I'm missing something or what. When I think about it, really, I'm so much, I'm at my desk so much when I'm playing games, whether I'm streaming, getting footage, or just playing on PC. So I'm always with a connected controller. The DS4's battery does suck, but I'm here next to my console so much. It's like I just plug it in. I don't even think about it. If it's dying, I just plug it in. I'm not like sitting here complaining about it or nothing like that. I mean, if we really want to complain, we can complain about that Switch battery life on the handheld. That's even worse. So it's like everything, there's always something you can complain about. Unforgiven does wireless. See, I don't do wireless, so I guess that makes sense. I'm gonna be honest with you right now because I'm such a noob. I don't even know how I do wireless. Do you need like some do you need like some kind of USB connector or like what the hell? I don't even know. I just plug it in. I use my USB that I charge my phone on and I just plug it into my PC and plug in my controller and that's it. Done deal. And I just play. I'm not playing on like a TV or nothing like that. So I think if I was, then I would need wireless. That would help me with that. But honestly, Unforgiven, I mean, if you want to show me, I'll maybe try it out. I don't know. What's up, Solidus? How are you doing? They don't have USB ports on their PCs. That's why. Night Night says same all the time on PC plugged. Yeah, I always play with plugged. I mean, I honestly never thought about it. Like I said, I'm not primarily PC. So if I was, maybe I would be like, hey, let me try and do wireless or let me try these other options. But I just don't. I just plug it in and I'm good to go. So I don't know. But yeah, I do prefer the DS4. I did tweet that my DS4 survived my Hollow Knight playthrough. So it deserves recognition. This controller is a trooper. I did hold back a lot, but I wanted to, because I really wanted to throw this thing across the room. I really wanted to break this thing a couple times. Hollow Knight pissed me off, especially when the frames were dropping and all of that. But it survived. I did okay. I banged it a couple times and it's alive. The controller is working fine. So it deserves some recognition. This thing's a trooper right here. The only reason I probably held back so much and didn't like really mess it up is because it's the blue one and I went out of my way to buy this thing and I'm not breaking this controller. I am not gonna break it. So yeah. Damn, Hollow Knight broke me, man. That game was pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie. I've had enough of Hollow Knight. No more Metroidvania for a minute. I'm taking a vacation. Just letting you guys know. Taking a vacation. You held back. I spiked my 360 controller and broke it a bit. Now, Ryan, if we're talking about Gears Days 360 controller, I'm with you on that. I've spiked that thing. One of them actually, the analog stick broke on one of them. One of my Gears controllers. It's sad. It's very sad. But we all have rage now and again. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? I don't have a problem. But anyways, Chief says, Erica, stop cussing. Damn, all in caps too. What up? Just made it. What's up, Jay Got? What am I complaining about this time? Am I complaining? I ain't complaining. I'm admiring the DS4 controller because it's withstood some punishment, and it's actually an all right controller. Dave asks, what do you think about Twitch giving smaller streamers recommendations? Pretty cool. I'm very happy for that. That's a good thing. I tweeted about it. Especially when you compare YouTube and kind of how I feel about YouTube, Twitch actually looks like, or seems like, they're helping the smaller guys. And I'm very small. I'm a very small channel. So for me, I think it's great. I think it's cool that they actually give us some attention, you know? Meanwhile, I start streaming on here and it doesn't tweet it out. They're demonetizing it probably already. Let me check just for fun. I just want to know. If it's not demonetized now, it'll probably be demonetized later. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, YouTube is just sort of the opposite. Just got a new sub right now too. Thank you guys. Seriously, I got to when was it? I hit 8K like the end of December. And then like yesterday or something, another 100 subs. So that's pretty quick for an extra 100. So thank you guys, seriously. The reason I see my sub count so much is because I'm checking my videos to see if they're demonetized. Oh, it's so sad, man. I can't see if this is demonetized yet, but I'll know afterwards. Freaking YouTube. So sad. What's up, Blaze? Hey, Erica, finally beat greatness as Persona 5. Wow, stole my heart. Awesome, Blaze. Seriously, if you haven't played Persona 5, you guys go play it. And why aren't we on Twitch now? I don't know, Unforgiven. This is where my Let's Chats began. So, I don't know. I thought about that. I actually did do a Let's Chat on Twitch. When was it? Like a month ago or something? And I had asked the people there if I should just switch to Twitch. And it didn't seem like everyone agreed on that. Some people said keep it on YouTube. I don't mind. You know, it's not all about money, of course. But if most of my viewers are here, I still want to interact with you guys, you know? Did you hear that YouTube will stop tweeting out on Twitter? Yeah, that already happened to me. Every time I like a video, it doesn't tweet. Some people can still do it, but mine's like done. It won't let me do it. Well, you didn't put die in the title, so you might be okay. Right? You can't say die. You can't say women. You can't say quickie. Like the last week, I put quickie before press start. That was demonetized. So yeah, you got to really watch what you put in the title, unfortunately. Even if you think it's not bad, you still have to think about it and really figure out if that's the right title you should put. The screw holding it together broke off as I spiked it. Oh man, Ryan. What game? What game made you spike your controller? I don't know if I missed that. Kingdom Hearts 3 finna be lit. I probably sound like a dork trying to read that. Amazing. I hope it's good. Seriously, I mean this with all my heart because everyone just does not shut up about Kingdom Hearts. That game better be amazing. I swear. Because if it's not, man, it just better be. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to think otherwise. It better be amazing because that's all I hear about. I'll talk about Sekiro. I'll talk about Resident Evil, or I'll just ask the question like, man, what else is coming out this year? And I get hit in the head with Kingdom Hearts constantly. I swear that game better be game of the year. Why are you guys throwing your controllers? I've never done that. Jay got because we have issues. You know, we got anger issues. It is what it is. Better that than like hitting your wife on stream, right? I mean, better to throw a controller. So we're not that bad. We're not that bad. Right, Ryan? We're not hitting nobody. We're not hitting ourselves or nothing like that. We just, you know, give the controller a little toss, let them know who's the boss, and then we go ahead and get things done. That's what we do. That's all. It's not a big deal. Oh, it's Red Faction? Okay. Super says, I hope it's a trash game. Oh, man. What do y'all think about the Gillette commercial? Should we talk about this? I might talk about it a little bit. I don't even know where to begin, though. What do you guys think about that commercial? I'll just throw it at you guys. Erica needs a wife first. Let's not talk about the wife thing, because I'll probably get demonetized. For reals. I hope Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't pull a Final Fantasy 15. I didn't see it. I'm confused. Okay, so it's on Twitter. I think if you go to the Gillette Twitter, which who the hell's going to Gillette? But even if you just type Gillette in the search, it brings up hashtag Gillette ad. So you'll see it. You can find it very easily. Like if you want to look at it right now, it's like a minute 50. And basically, it's kind of shaming the whole boys will be boys. Because, you know, when kids are, you know, they show little boys wrestling and hitting each other. And then the parents are like, oh, boys will be boys. And then it talks about the Me Too movement a little bit, or just shows it. It doesn't talk about it, but it just shows it. So it's kind of trying to say, like, if we don't stop these boys from being boys, that they're going to end up, I mean, they might end up messing up and doing other things and disrespecting women and even themselves and other men. It's kind of one of those messages. It's like a message video. Shaming masculinity. I guess so. Common sense. We got 2 common senses in here? Or is that your other name? I honestly didn't think much of it. I saw the I was about to say controller. Damn. I saw the commercial. And I didn't tweet about it or nothing. I just moved on. That's usually what I do. And in the back of my mind, I just know, okay, this is going to be an uproar. People are going to be upset about this. I'll hear about it later, I'm sure. And then sure enough, people are tweeting about it. They're upset about it. And then you have the women kind of coming in and saying, well, why are you upset? You know, why are you mad? This is just some men, not all of them. So you're exposing yourselves. And it's like a back and forth between men and women. And then you got people like me that are just kind of on the outside, like, who cares? But but it is kind of a topic. So yeah. So excited says, I just rolled my eyes. Oh, there's 2 of you guys, 2 common senses in here. Crazy. What else have you seen? What else have you said? I am off today. I'm like mixing up words. What the hell's wrong with me? I need to start reading. I think that's what it is. I'm getting dumber by the minute. I'm mixing up words. You guys ever go through this where like you're trying to remember like a celebrity's name or something, just anything? You're trying to remember a phrase or a name for something? I am struggling with that lately. Like I cannot remember stuff. Am I getting old? It's because I'm not in school anymore. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. Maybe too much Twitter. Maybe, huh? Just getting dumb, I think. Jagoss says, it isn't shaming masculinity. These folks are just confused about the message. So Jagot, you're kind of on the other side of it. Yeah, I see. And Ryan, you asked what that was. I saw that. It's weird, you guys. Like, there's so much we could talk about with this, the whole masculinity thing and whether this is sexist or not and all of that. There's just so many things to talk about. But generally, I feel like I'm a little bit old-fashioned. So whenever I feel like how do I put this? How do I put this? I have no problem with men being masculine, if that makes sense. Like I have no with men wanting to be men or whatever. Of course, when it gets into that territory of like harassment and stuff like that, yeah, you don't want to go that far. You don't want to be one of those guys. But I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Maybe you guys will help me out. I guess what I'm trying to say is this stuff doesn't really bother me as much as maybe the next feminist, maybe. I don't if that makes sense. I'm pretty laid back about this stuff. I don't know. What's up, VGL? Master Shake says, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's a good message to be a better person, right? I think whether you're a man or a woman, obviously, if you see someone saying something that's inappropriate, even if it's a woman, you could check them. I think that's fine, especially your own kids. If your kids are growing up and they're saying sexist things or they're fighting with each other or yeah, check them. I mean, that's being a parent. I just think that's being a parent in general. So I think some people when they watch this commercial, they're like, I don't need this to be a good parent. Don't tell me what to do. I think that's kind of like what they're taking from it. But really, it's just like it's a message to be a better person and to raise your kids and have them be respectful. I don't know. I really didn't look into it that much, I guess. And if anything, you can just take it as a reminder. You don't have to take it as like, oh, they're trying to tell me how to be a parent. Just take it as like okay, yeah, that's a little reminder. We should all be better. I don't know. At least that's how I would take it. If I was a parent and I saw a commercial about women and they were saying, you want to bring your kids up right and have them be respectful, I would just think, yeah, right on. Like, okay, I don't think I would get offended or think anything like, oh, they're trying to push an agenda on me. Like, I think I would just take it as like, oh, that's a nice message. Okay, moving on, That's just me. But I think some people are kind of taking it like, oh, they're telling us what to do. They're using this to shame us. And I don't know. I don't think I would take it that way. I mean, if you think about it, and we can get deeper, because men are kind of saying, well, if women had a commercial like this, it wouldn't be the same reaction. You guys would be mad too. But when you really think about it, as women, and I think it's fair to say this, most women might agree. I'm not complaining right now, by the way. I'm not trying to like push anything on you guys. I'm just saying the facts. Like growing up, we're kind of told like what to be as a woman. We kind of are like through commercials and TV shows and like being the proper wife and all of that. It kind of ingrained in us as kids and as we grow up. So for men to get a little reminder of something, I'm like, what's the big deal? We hear all this stuff all the time. How we should be a good cook, we should be a good mother, we should be this, that. It's like, so if men get that message once in a while, it's like, hey man, we always get it. So that's how I kind of see it. And I'm not complaining. I'm not trying to say like, oh, poor us or nothing. I'm just saying the facts. Like that's just what it is. So when I see something like this that's towards men, it's like, well, maybe you know how it feels now. I don't know. Of course, things are changing. We're in such a different society now. I feel like man, I almost feel dirty like complaining about women issues because it's just everything's so exaggerated now, you guys. Like it's so the littlest things are kind of focused on when really the big things should be focused on. That's my opinion. I know I'm being very vague right now, but that's something I kind of see. It's like these little issues, like a commercial or somebody's tweet. People are in an uproar. Oh my gosh, this is so sexist. This is this. There's so many major issues going on that nobody talks about. So that's really like where I'm coming from. Even with the men too, it's like there's so many issues going on out there. If you just look into it, that's where I'm coming from. But yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. I went on a little rant there. What's up, Alish? Excited says too many beta males in the world. Oh man. See, I don't really have a feeling on that or nothing. I don't really have no opinion on that right now. Let me check my door, guys. Somebody ring the doorbell. Be right back. All right. I got a package. Okay, good thing I'm here. Good thing I was home today. It's her wife at the door. Oh, wow, Unforgiven. The confusion is too big. Joe Rogan went off on the ad. Oh, no. I have to think about it more, Ryan says. You guys are funny. It's my wife at the door. Stop it. Which media has done that recently for women? There's nothing like that in the past 20 years when it's trying to demonize women. Lately, it's been guys. That's what I'm saying, Igor. It's like society is changing. So I'm starting to get to that point where it's like I'm not even worried about it no more. Like it's going to change whether I agree with it or not. And I'm more so seeing it for what it is. I'm just looking at things and analyzing it and just accepting, okay, this is how it is. And like I said earlier, I'm like, I kind of feel dirty if I even complain a little bit because I feel like people are going to group me like, oh, this is a crazy feminist or something. So I'm really trying to express to you guys, like I'm not that. Like I'm a little more old-fashioned, I think. I'm cool with men being men, you know? I'm cool with them if they want to make more money than the woman or whatever. Or they want to be the provider. I don't see like that as like, oh, that's bad. That's bad if he wants to work more, or he wants to do this, or if that's what he wants to do and that's your relationship, cool. Like I've always been that way. I've never really felt like I'm at like this huge disadvantage or nothing like that. And I don't think a lot of women might agree with me on some things because you guys know how I feel about like gamer girls and things like that. And we've talked about many things over the years, man. I've made videos about it. And I've always felt like I don't need no special treatment. I really don't. And all this like representation and all of that, I've mentioned that many, many times. And I know a lot of girls aren't going to agree with me, but it is what it is. Like, I'm just more realistic. Like, that's just how I am. Even in my, I mean, this is personal, but even in my relationship, like me and Kenny, there really isn't no roles. We just do what we do. We just, if he wants to wash the dishes, he washes the dishes. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes he cooks. Sometimes I cook. My parents were like that. So I grew up in that kind of household. So me, you know, I saw my dad cook. I saw him clean the house. You know what I mean? So the roles for me are just whatever. You're just a human, in my opinion, you know? Erica had a child. No, Jalen, not you. How'd you get that? Angel says we need more women like you. I appreciate that. I'm just keeping it real. Like I really, you know, I've always felt this way. Maybe a tomboy and growing up how I did and having boys as friends and stuff like that. Maybe I just have a different outlook on the world. I don't know. But I do find that sometimes girls, like I'll see them on Twitter and they'll say, you know, they're upset because there's not enough women in certain games or there's not enough women in certain movies. And I'm just like, I don't really, what's the word? I'm like so dumb right now. I don't, because I do agree with like, hey, you want to have the more women in the movie? Cool. That I'm not against it, but I'm not really like leader of the pack. Like, oh, I got to have more women. It's like, no, if the movie's good, I'm in. If the game is good, I'm in, period. Like, I'm not even thinking about how many women are in there, nothing. So, yeah, that's why typically I just, I typically stay out of things and just kind of let people rock and they go back and forth. And I usually don't get involved 'cause I just feel like I'm gonna have people at my throat maybe, I don't know. Erica's daughter is Luca. Oh, you talking about Luca. Yeah, that's my daughter, pretty much. But yeah, I don't know, going back to the commercial though, like, what do you guys think? I mean, is really that big of a deal? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it kind of ties into gaming and stuff too. Like I was saying with having representation and things. Ricky says we need solid revs. Thoughts on the commercial? Oh no. I think this is why me and Rev kind of get along so much. Like, does Rev have any other friends that are women? I mean, I'm genuinely curious. He might. I'm sure he does, but like on Twitter, I've had people even tell me, like, how could you support Rev? You're a woman. I remember somebody coming at me like that, like, oh, how could you be his friend? He's sexist. He's this, he's that. And I would just usually ignore them. But my answer to that is that I don't see him as sexist. I just see him as a guy. Like he's speaking, he's just being honest. And if we're just gonna shut people out because they say something we don't agree with, we're never gonna evolve. We're never going to learn. We're always gonna be in an echo chamber. There's plenty of things I've disagreed with Rev about. And sometimes he's kind of on the edge. I'm like, that sounds a little bit sexist, but I don't just like shut him out. I genuinely want to learn. I want to listen and understand why he feels that way. My dad he reminds me of my dad. Like, to be honest, like, cuz my dad, he's not sexist, but he's just real. Like, he's just honest. Why do you say rip? Did the stream go out? Oh no, did it? What the hell?